Water. There's a Lakeland Trails race on at the moment, which I was entered for originally, the series that I entered before I entered Lakes in a Day, but given that Lakes in a Day is a 50-mile race, it makes sense not to do too much. So, you know, I'm pretty much tapering now. Just here to watch Rebecca, and there's a couple of little Quakers running. Catherine, Dawn, Adrian, and we've just seen our friend Phil, who's doing the Loch Ness Marathon tomorrow. He did the 10k today. I was saying, what are you running today for? But he was quite happy to do it. He's only got a marathon tomorrow, so he's headed off already, and he's gone up to Scotland. So good luck with that, Phil. I've received my race t-shirt in the post there, you can see. Move Against Cancer, I'm raising money for this ultra race. Fundraising's going pretty well, but could always do with a little boost, so if you fancy sending me, I'll put the link on the bottom of the page, so if you fancy contributing towards that, it'll be much appreciated. It's a great charity, and as it's quite a small charity, like every penny will go to helping young child or adults with recovering from or currently dealing with cancer. So you know, it's all welcome. I'm looking forward to running on behalf of them, and it's interesting seeing the weather forecast this week, because it's been raining most of the week so far. Today is absolutely beautiful. It's really still. It's not warm at all. I'd say it's not cold at all. I'm sat in a t-shirt after all. It's not too cold. Just having a sandwich, doing a bit of reading of a book about compass bearings and things like that, just brushing up on my skills. Yeah, it all seems to be going all right. My friend Dan's here, his girlfriend Jess, she's doing the 10k today. He's doing the Lakes in a Day next week. He's travelling from Colbeck. He's travelling from Cartmel up to Colbeck on the Friday, so he's staying the Friday night there. I'm travelling down on travelling across on the Saturday morning with Ian and his brother-in-law for an early start, registration, kit check, all of that. Just so from now until then, I mean, I'm off work on Friday, so this week I just want to relax as much as I possibly can. I think I'll have to go out just for a little maintenance run on Monday, but you know, not doing anything this weekend. Little leg stretcher on Monday, and then fingers crossed, raring to go. 50 miles. We just drove past, coming across A66, the very first mountain you really see is Blencathra, which is probably the trickiest area of the entire course. Coming down Halls Fell, definitely the trickiest descent, and then you cross the A66, the route which we'll find out next week when they tell us. Because the original route, the path's closed there for maintenance work to get under the A66 and up on the other side. So we just, so you come down Halls Fell, cross the road at some point, and then up Clough Head, which Blencathra Halls Fell is 800 and something metres. You down, cross the road, and then you climb up another 800 metres. So in that short space of time, even though there's a food stop in between, it's a real technical down, a technical up. But then once you're up Clough Head, it's an undulating run all the way up to like Helvellyn, and then beyond that to Fairfield. But it's pretty nice. You don't ever come down so much that you're climbing too high. There still is climbs, obviously, but it's runnable. The only problem now is the amount of water is coming over from the lake today. There's normally a shoreline here, but there's not a great deal at all. When we did the Coniston Marathon, which starts and ends at the same place as this Lakeland Trails race, you could always go down on the little shoreline before taking a dip in the water if you fancied it, but that just isn't there today. The water's all the way up just because of the heavy rainfall this week. And if you look across the other side there, just the point there, that's the clearing where the marathon is. So once you're up there, you've come from all the way down there, and you see this clearing, and that's about halfway around the Coniston Marathon. Beautiful views. But then you've got to get, and you can't even see it, you've got to go all the way past the end of the lake there, and then all the way back down there, the path on the inside. And that's, when you're at that point up there, you've still got 13, possibly 14 miles to go, and you can see the finish line down here on this side, and it's just really, when I did the marathon, it was like it just played on my mind a little bit. I could see the finish, but I couldn't actually see the furthest point away that you're getting to up that way. And I had to dig deep to get around that. That was my very first marathon, which I was doing for the memory of my granddad. So I just remember getting quite emotional running along this path here to the end. Having raised money in his memory. So this is always like the shoreline of Coniston here is always a special place for me. Just remembering that one. It's such a lovely day today. I've got I'm trying out, if I can show you here, I'm sat on some roots, so it's quite difficult to get up. I've got my running pole, and attached to it I've got a GoPro, which I've tied together with a bit of rubber wrapped around the stick, and then some cable ties, and it's really rigidly stuck, so I'm quite happy with that. I'm just testing out what it's like to run with, because these poles are super light, and the GoPro is pretty light as well, which just adds a little imbalance between right hand and left hand. So I'm just trying it out now, see what it's like, and it seems alright. Get a nice bit of footage, so thank you to David Spirovsky from work, who's lent me his camera, and it's could go through some quite treacherous conditions next week, but I've been told that it's waterproof up to a certain level, and given that there's a river crossing, I don't think we'll be going any deeper than 5 meters, I think it is, so fortunately we would be alright with that. So I'm just going to sign off there. Yeah, so Coniston Water, and that's, I was just getting the grip from that boat that passed before, and just waiting here now for Rebecca to come past, and I might jog back a little bit with her. There's a water splash down near the finish line, and as the level's up, it's nice and full down there, so it should be interesting for them crossing there. But if they've got dirty feet coming down from, it's not quite Coniston Norman, you can kind of see, kind of like here in the distance, there's a straight line up there, and they come across there and then down between all the slate and then down back along this shoreline path. So I'm just going to wait here for her now. I'll probably do another update during the week as the days are ticking down now. And that's it then. Here, from actually the leader of the race is just coming through now. Very good time. Hold on. Right. Yeah, so Rebecca will be decent. Hold on. So there we go, from